Hi guys, we finally able to transfer our cage for the African lovebird, and this is a milestone because we know that we cannot do this with 4 or 5 men. It's very heavy. That's why we sought the help of our pedicab drivers, and they're readily willing to help us in all endeavors. They're our friends and we are having fun, you know. The transfer has been very exciting, and everyone was happy, everyone was enjoying, and everyone was so willing to help. And of course, with free breakfast, and we will give some amount of money. And this is actually the content that we're gonna flex on this particular video, and we're gonna go there, and I would like to explain the how to fabricate a cage for our African lovebirds. So as we go along, I'm going to reveal some few things in order for us to really become successful in our breeding of African lovebirds. So finally, this is the final location of our African lovebirds, and this is gonna be also the center of attraction for the kids. So when the kids will come here, they will certainly be amazed by the color of the birds that would be flying inside the cage. And allow me to just say something about African lovebirds. Well, if you're gonna massively farm an African lovebirds, you have to consider the place, meaning that this is the place that is not very warm. The temperature is just normal. But in this particular place now, this is actually quite a warm place because we have no trees here. That's why we can address the problem by putting some heat insulator, and that is very necessary. And that's gonna be the content of our next video, how to put heat insulator in your particular cage. And another thing that I would like to tell you about the cage of the African lovebirds is that it should be built with a wire mesh that is very sturdy. This wire mesh is not an ordinary wire mesh. This is quite costly compared to the ordinary one because actually per meter I spend around 300 to 400 pesos with this type of wire mesh. And this is very important because this African lovebirds has the capability of munching even the thin wires. They can break that, you can cut that. So the powerful beak of this African lovebirds is so destructive. That's why we have to use a very good material for the wire mesh. And number 3 is that we have to elevate this one. Of course, the flooding and the sudden rain, you know, this will not be good for our African lovebirds. So we have to elevate this one. And you look at this, I have elevated the flooring up to 3 feet or maybe 2.5 feet. And this is very important because to prevent the rain from, you know, coming in. The rain that's really very harmful for the birds. Of course, they will take a bath, but this rain is not good for them, especially when it's raining at night. It's very cold. So chances are these African lovebirds will die if they will become wet, especially during heavy rains. And we are anticipating also of the typhoon, the flood. So this is elevated, and this is quite the safest. You know, this is the safest cage that I ever made for the African lovebirds. And you will note that the roofings are actually high. So this is intended for the heat to become regulated. I mean, we have to regulate the temperature inside, so that's why we put the roofings that high, and this has a distance of 2 feet from the elevation of this cage. So we have the center post 2 feet, and then make it like that. The roofings will actually, the high roofings will actually help us regulate the heat. So this is a very powerful, I mean very strong frame for our, what is this? The nest boxes. You will see here that this is actually now being welded with iron bars, and this is very strong, and this can cater more or less how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. More than 40 nest boxes. And in my previous vlog, I decided to reveal to you that when you gonna, you know, of course, I'm addressing to the new, I mean to those who are planning to have a African lovebirds farm. I would like to suggest that when you make a nest box, you will not use the wood as your material. You can even use the plain sheet. Yes, that's true. This plain sheet would certainly ensure that the nest box will not be destroyed. Of course, you have to put some soil and maybe some, you know, materials so that they can lay their eggs. So it's not a problem. You can also put some plywood at the flooring of your nest box, and that is very suitable for the African lovebirds. They will not, of course, lay eggs on the surface of this plain sheet. So they need some wood so that they can lay their eggs very, very safely. And you will see that this situation now is quite geared towards the establishment or the, you know, the desire of having this mini zoo. Well, that's true because this mini zoo will soon to happen, and it's happening now. We are starting it, and this will be composed of birds and animals. And these birds composed of the parrots, you know, the peacocks, we have the chickens, we have this African lovebirds, we have this cockatiel, and many more birds that will be seen here at the farm. And of course, we're always having that permit from the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, because this permit would allow us to possess legally these types of birds. Because I said that there are many regulations, there are many requirements, and this is not just achieved by means of your own will, meaning that you cannot achieve that unilaterally. This is a bilateral agreement between you as the owner and the government. So you have to say that you are able to take care of the welfare of these birds and animals, and of course you have the resources to, of course, finance the welfare of these animals that can be seen in your mini zoo. So very important. And you will see that we're about to paint this one, and that would be the content of our next video. Maybe we can finish this one now, and then we can catch all the birds from the old cage and then put them here. So I'm not worried about the temperature, because that could be addressed with the, you know, the heat insulator. What I'm worried about is the uncontrolled activities of the children, because the children really that would come here would have that excitement that they have this tendency to tap the birds, and that would be a disturbance. So maybe we will put some guard right here so that it can prevent such occurrence, because children really are uncontrollable. Well, thank you guys for watching. That's a very unforgettable experience with my friends, pedicab drivers here. And I've been, you know, supporting them once in a while. And that's why we can easily contact them when we need some help from them. They would always come, and you will see that they're enjoying the favorite food that can be eaten in this farm, which is called sati. This is a rice mixed with the meat of the beef, and then with the sauce. And this sauce is quite hot, that it would really soothe your taste. This is a native food here in the Philippines, and of course I know that some of you, our Filipino followers, are already very familiar with this food, sati, here in the southern part of Mindanao. And you look at them, they're really enjoying. And I really would like to, you know, to connect with these types of people. They are the people that's really very enjoyable to mingle with. And they are so kind, and they are really willing. They have the pure heart to help you in times of your need. So this is my advocacy, and I told them that whenever I need their help, they will come here, and they will always be rewarded for the help that they can extend to us for the development of this farm. So you look at them, they're so happy. We give them some amount, and then that's life. I mean, you have to share your blessings as well to people who are also very much willing to help you when you need them. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you continue to like and share videos. And if you are not subscribed to this channel, may I humbly ask you to please subscribe and hit that notification bell, because we're uploading videos very regularly. And shout out to the members of this channel. Thanks a lot. I would like to see you in my next vlog, only here at Dexter's World.